Hello and welcome. My name is Kyle FtW and welcome back to another Call of Duty Vanguard video. Today, we are going to be talking about the Vanguard Weekend 2, and just like last week, I'm going to be talking about my opinions of the beta within Weekend 2, then also talking about what was good and then what was bad with the beta. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this. So starting off here with what was good with the beta. So the first thing to start off with is Eagle's Nest, which was the map that was added into the game this weekend, and the map is awesome. The map is really good. I wouldn't say it's like a top tier map in Call of Duty or anything like that, but it is a pretty solid map in all reality. It plays really well, it plays fast, it's not a slow paced map, it's overall really solid. Even 6v6 and Assault are just super good. The only thing that I didn't really enjoy that much on the map was, or in the game, or no, on the map, jeez man, on the map was Blitz, but other than that, everything else was really good and overall a lot of fun, and I really like Eagle's Nest. I think that if quite a bit of the maps are like Eagle's Nest in the upcoming weeks, or when the game comes out, we're going to be in for not too bad of a game in all reality, so that was awesome. Definitely really liked the map that they added in. Next, we have Quick Play was added. I know that this is like a really tiny thing, but this completely turned my experience around. As you guys may have seen on Twitter on Thursday, which was the day 1 of Weekend 2 with no Quick Play added, I was just completely annoyed with the beta. I was having no fun again, and that's because I kept joining into 6v6 TDM, I kept joining into 6v6 Patrol, I kept joining into Blitz Patrol, and I just wasn't having fun playing that modes. But once I switched over to TDM, once I switched over to Domination, I immediately started having, or Kill Confirmed in Domination, automatically had so much more fun. The only thing that I wish that they would have done with the beta was if you said Assault or you said Blitz, that they only put you in Assault or Blitz modes, but I can see why they didn't do that, because they wanted you to play every single thing. But again, I still really enjoyed my experience. Once Quick Play was added, it just completely changed it in every single way. I just had so much more fun. I don't think, again, that I like the game as much as Black Ops Cold War at the moment, but being that I put a lot of time into the beta, the game is definitely a lot better, and I'm just really happy with Quick Play with that being added. Next, I have Assault is awesome, which is the 10v10 or 8v8, depending on the map. Super fun. I can definitely see myself playing Assault pretty much 99% of the time within this game. 6v6 is also nice on some of the maps. Hotel Royal and Eagle's Nest 6v6 is really good, as well as on Gavu 2, 6v6 can even be good, but I do have something talking about a little bit later in the video about what I think could be adjusted with some of the maps. But again, Assault was really fun. It's kind of the perfect pacing. It's not too crazy, but it's also not too slow paced, which 6v6 can sometimes be. So again, as I mentioned in my early videos about Vanguard, I said that I'll probably be playing Assault most of the time because 6v6 has just kind of been slow lately in Call of Duty. So definitely I'm going to be jumping into Assault quite a bit here in this game. So definitely really enjoyed that. Next, we have Suppression being removed was absolutely huge. As you guys know, in Beta Weekend 1, for those of you who played Beta Weekend 1, they added a suppression effect, which basically means when you shoot, your screen goes blurry, which was a horrible addition to the game. It does not belong in Call of Duty. It actually made the game just so much more unfun, and the fact that they got rid of it for the beta for Weekend 2 was incredible. You could actually see, you could actually get in gunfights, which was just so nice. I think if anything, they did say that it was going to be a temporary fix during the beta, but I really hope that they either get rid of it completely by launch, just get completely rid of it, no questions asked, or they add it as an option, because I know that some people may like that. Me personally, as a person who's been playing Call of Duty for a super long time, I need to see my enemies. I don't like tactical gameplay. I like being able to see my enemies, and while the suppression isn't really even that realistic, I don't think anyway. I don't know if it's realistic or not, but it just doesn't belong in Call of Duty. Video games are about seeing the enemies you're shooting at, not having trouble seeing the enemies you're shooting at. So either they could add it as an option if it's not going to be a full-on fix, or they just need to make it a full-on fix and make the game and just completely get rid of that feature, because it didn't work. It doesn't work in Call of Duty, and I think that it's important that they either get rid of it or they make it an option. And then last but not least here with the what was good, the PlayStation 5 and the PC beta were really good. I can't vouch for the Xbox Series X because I don't have an Xbox Series X, but I really had a good time on the PlayStation 5 and the PC. They both ran really good. The game looked really good overall for me. And there was a lot of glitches and bugs that was on Twitter about people getting texture glitches and stuff like that. I think I only had one experience with a texture glitch, so I didn't get any of the crazy texture glitches that a lot of you other players got. But for me, the game ran pretty darn well. And then now let's go ahead and jump into what needs to be fixed, because this beta wasn't all amazing, all great, but because there are definitely some things that need to be fixed. So starting off here with something that I did mention last week, which I was kind of hoping that they would do in between beta weekend 1 and weekend 2, but they did not do, and that is weapon balance. The STG and the MP40 completely dominated the beta. Any other SMG you use, any other AR you use would get undershadowed, or would get undershadowed by the STG, which was just a dominant weapon. And again, I don't know if that was just because the beta with the STG was the earliest assault rifle you got, or if it really just is that amazing. I don't know, I can't really say, but pretty much 9 out of every 10 games I had was dominated mostly by the STG and the MP40. So number one, they either need to buff all the other weapons in the game to meet the STG where it is, or nerf the STG to be more balanced with the other weapons. And then on the SMG category, they need to nerf the MP40 or buff the other SMGs to be in line with the MP40, because those weapons completely dominated the beta. I didn't see really any other weapon variety. I feel like I was one of the few people on YouTube that actually played with something else. I mean, not the only person, but I mean, in most of my lobbies, it was STG and MP40 24/7. And then I was like the only one in the kill feed using the NZ41 or using the M1928. So definitely I think they need to change weapons a little bit, balance them out a little bit more, and then we're going to be in a pretty good state for launch. Next, we have old gen needs to be optimized better. Now, again, as you guys mentioned, I said the PS5 and the PC played really well, but the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, which I can vouch for because the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are pretty much the same console, graphic-wise, they need to be optimized better. I think when I was playing Blitz on Hotel Royal in the beta weekend 1, and sort of in weekend 2 as well, I was running at like maybe 30-40 FPS on the PlayStation 4, which is not good. So again, some things that I think that they could do is either lower the graphics a little bit so that the game can physically support Blitz, or they need to just cut out Blitz completely from old gen. Unfortunately, I hate to say that because I just now got my PlayStation 5 a couple of days ago, and I was on PS4 for the rest of the time, and the game wasn't really that good, to be completely honest. So, and because most people have old gen consoles still, they need to definitely optimize the PlayStation 4 a little bit better, as well as the Xbox One, because without those things being optimized, where most of the player base is currently, the game's not going to be quite as good as it could be. So they definitely need to optimize it. And I think, again, as I said, either they lower the graphics or they get rid of Blitz, because I think Blitz was the only game mode that I had a lot of problems with. Visibility, also, they're going to adjust and fix, and I think that's going to go for every console, so hopefully it becomes better on the PlayStation 5 as well. Next, something else that I think needs to be fixed is I think that some of the kill streaks need to be buffed a little bit. The dogs need to be buffed. I think that they were pretty good, but they die too fast if I were to shoot one of them that were coming after me in the beta. I think that they died too fast, so I think that they need to be a little bit stronger, and they need to stay on the map for longer, because I have seen some clips of the dogs absolutely putting in work and doing really, really well, but I've also gotten dogs myself, and they maybe got me 3 kills. So I think they need to either get, number one, have more of them, or they need to make them easier to kill, because in World at War, or I think it might be World at War, you had to melee the dogs twice to get a kill, which means that the dogs had over 200 health, which means that they absolutely put in work. So definitely need to change with that. Next, we have ourselves the Glide Bomb. You guys saw me, if you watched any of my beta videos from this weekend, you saw me rage a couple of times because I dropped a Glide Bomb into the map and I would go a foot above an enemy and it wouldn't kill them. So the Glide Bomb, number one, needs to come in a little bit faster, and number two, they need to make the hit registration stronger so that I actually can get kills on people that are a little bit below an object, not hit a rock that's a foot above them and then survive, because that was just really, really annoying. So Glide Bomb fixes there. Next, we have ourselves the Artillery. The Artillery was, I think I saw it used 3 times and it did absolutely nothing. They need to definitely revert either that kill streak back to how the Lightning Strike is in previous Call of Duty games, where you could just call in 3 different artilleries around the map and it drops onto the map, or they need to make it so that it doesn't show up on enemies' radars, because yeah, it did absolutely nothing. I wasn't even worried about it in the games because you throw it and it drops only on one specific area. It doesn't drop in a whole bunch of different areas, so they need to change that as well. Next, we have the War Machine. The War Machine takes 2 grenades to kill with 6 grenades totals for the most part. So unless you're running into weak enemies, you're going to get a max of 3 kills with the War Machine, which I guess is fine being that it's a 7 kill streak. But if you guys remember 7 kill streaks from previous CODs, we had ourselves the Harrier, which could easily get you 5 to 10 kills per usage. We have ourselves the... What other really good 7 kill streaks are there? We have ourselves the Attack Chopper. We have our... I mean, the 7 kill streaks in Call of Duty tend to be middle ground. They're not too good, but they're not bad either. And I think the War Machine definitely needs to be buffed. Either give it more ammo, maybe up to 10 grenades if they're going to keep the damage, or they need to up the damage a little bit to be sort of like the Black Ops Cold War Machine, which you guys know is really good. And then last but not least, my final fix, my final recommendation that I can think of at the moment besides bug fixes is Gav2 and Red Star need to be moved up to Assault/Blitz only. These maps were actually... Gav2 actually became my second favorite map in the beta because Hotel Royale is just nuts. It just has no flow. It's just constant craziness. So Gav2 actually became my second favorite map in the game, but it was really slow in 6v6. I actually got most of my gameplays in 6v6, but that's because Assault wasn't available for Gav2, so I just ended up playing 6v6 on that map only. I think the map would be so much better if it was both in 6v6, or if it was just in Assault and Blitz, because it is a pretty big map. So Assault and Blitz are kind of where this map belongs, and 6v6 was just a little bit too slow. So Gav2 definitely needs to be moved up to Assault/Blitz only. And then finally, Red Star. This is pretty much self-explanatory. It's the biggest map in the game. Even Red Star kind of gained on me a little tiny bit. I still don't like it. It's still my least favorite map in the game, but I think that if it was moved up to Assault and Blitz only, I would like it a lot more. It would be much faster pace, and even if they add a whole new intensity, which is like 24v24, I think it was just very high intensity, I think that would also be a good change. But if they're going to keep with... Or they either just up the Blitz numbers and Assault numbers, because I think if the map had more players on it, I think it would be instantly better. But that's just kind of my opinion on that. And then last but not least, my final fix is they need to sort out the bugs, which I have really no doubt that they'll fix that, especially on next gen. But I didn't really run into many bugs and glitches in this beta. I have seen them though, and I'm sure that they'll tune those, because again, it was just a beta. I know that the game is pretty much coming out in a month and a half, but they'll still fix bugs and everything like that. So definitely is an important change to fix bugs, because a buggy game is just not that fun. And now, last but not least, I wanted to go ahead and just talk about some of my final thoughts about the beta. Hopefully, I haven't ran out of gameplay yet. I had one good gameplay, and again, I did talk about how I had a really good gameplay on Eagle's Nest, which was my best gameplay in the beta. I went to record it, and I messed up, so I don't have that gameplay. But hopefully, you guys are still enjoying the gameplay in the background. But overall, Weekend 1, I had no fun really with the beta at all. I had a lot of complaints, a lot of things that needed to be fixed. But luckily, a lot of my changes, a lot of my complaints from beta Weekend 1 were small. They weren't too huge. They weren't like the most ginormous thing. It wasn't a physical problem with the game. There was just some small changes that I wanted to be fixed, like quick play being added, like visibility changing. And they did all that with Weekend 2. And overall, my experience with Weekend 2 was so much better than Weekend 1. I actually had fun playing the game in Weekend 2 of the beta. I didn't really enjoy it at all in Weekend 1, so huge improvements. Definitely like the game, and so far it's kind of being on pace to being one of the more enjoyable Call of Duty games I've played in the past few years. Black Ops Cold War took me a while to like, just like Call of Duty Modern Warfare took me a while to like. Black Ops Cold War was pretty easy. It only took me like 3 months to like the game fully, and Modern Warfare took me 6 months to like fully. And Vanguard, so far, I'm liking it, and we're only in the beta, so I can't wait to see more maps. I can't wait to see more weapons. Can't wait to see everything that's going to be added. I'm overall pretty excited for Vanguard, and I think if they continue to keep if they continue to be more or as communicative with the community as they are, and take some of our feedback, the creators' feedback into consideration, I think we're going to be having a pretty solid game this year, and overall I'm pretty excited for the full game to come out. But again, we'll have to see when the game comes out how good the maps are, how good the weapons are, how good all of the kill streaks are, and everything like that. See which weapons got buffed and changed and everything like that. And again, I'm just overall really excited for the launch, and I did have a lot of fun here with Weekend 2 of the beta. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are about Call of Duty Vanguard's beta. Again, I liked it. Hopefully you guys did as well. If you didn't like it, I'm definitely curious to know why. But anyways, if you guys want to see any of my other previous Call of Duty Vanguard videos, I will leave the previous 2 at the end of the video for you guys to check out, as well as in the description. And if you guys want to just go over to my channel and check out any of my Vanguard videos, they're all there, of course, as well. But anyways, I'll see you guys all on another Call of Duty video, where we will be back to Black Ops Cold War tomorrow.